Good morning, and welcome to another edition of Outlook Training by Roger Dunn in the IT division. We get calls in IT sometimes for the following problem. You're working with Outlook and a Windows security message comes up asking for your password. You enter your password, click OK, and it continues to ask you, what's the root cause of this problem? Well, admittedly, the reason why mine is asking me is because this morning it told me I needed to change my password. I got a warning 3 days ago that I needed to do so, and I got a warning 7 days ago that my password was going to expire soon. So the reason why this prompt is coming up is because I haven't changed my password in time, or Outlook is trying to connect to the server to get new mail, but my password's not valid anymore, so I have to change it. One way to change it is to call IT, but there's another do-it-yourself way that works even better. I'm going to go ahead and close the Windows security message and close Outlook. One thing that I can't show you because of the limitations on my screen capture software is that you can do Control-Alt-Delete, and in the menu that comes up you choose Change Password and you proceed to change it through that process. Of course, you'll need to enter your old one and a new one. We do get questions on what constitutes a good password and what the rules are concerning that. So I'm going to show you some examples. My name, which is important for the sake of creating passwords, is Roger Dunn, and my username is Roger3338. New passwords cannot contain 3 sequential characters from your name. Therefore, OGE are not possible in my new password. R33 are not possible in my password, etc. And this is all to help eliminate the possibility of an attacker guessing our passwords. Other criteria that it must satisfy are that it can't be within the last 3 passwords you've used, and it has to contain 3 of the following 4 criteria. It needs to contain a lowercase letter, an uppercase letter, a number, or a punctuation mark. So if I choose to use an uppercase and a lowercase letter and a number, then I don't need a punctuation mark, which is pretty common. If I choose to use a lowercase letter and some numbers and a punctuation mark, then I don't need an uppercase letter, and it goes on. Also, it must be at least 6 characters long. Alright, so those are the criteria that we have on passwords that are enforced by Microsoft Exchange. So if you are at your desktop or out in the field or at home, you can change your password also using the OWA, or the Outlook web app. We always recommend using Internet Explorer for this, since Internet Explorer and Outlook Exchange Server were written by the same company, Microsoft. So let's go to https, the S is for security, / mail.orem.org. I'll go ahead and log in with the password that's been working for me, and Outlook would tell me that I need to change my password. So I go ahead and do that. I then choose a password that meets the previous criteria, and I have to type that again. This button, which I'm not going to show you, that little thing that looks like an eye, if you press it, what it does is it shows your hidden characters to make sure that what you typed is what you think you typed. I'll go ahead and submit that password change, and it looks like it's been okay. When I click OK, I'm taken back to the login screen instead of my mail, which is fine because it's giving me a chance to use my new password. I'm going to go ahead and close this app for now and reopen Outlook. Alright, you'll see a little notice down here that it's updating my folder and that I am in fact connected to Microsoft Exchange. You'll also notice that there is no dialog asking me for my password. Now, although I got warnings as a desktop user that my password was going to expire soon, that's not the case when you're using an app and you have simply filled in the account information for connecting to Exchange. Well, what do you do about that? One suggestion I have is that you create a reoccurring appointment to remind yourself that you have to change your password. Passwords change every 90 days down to the minute. So if you've changed it on a Thursday at like, what is it now, 8:28 a.m., because that's what I just did, then it'll expire exactly 90 days from today at 8:28 a.m. Well, if you want a little bit of notice, like maybe 7 days, 90 minus 7 is 83. So you could create a reoccurring appointment every 83 days. Now I'm going to extremes here, but you don't want to do it every 90 days because then it might be too late. So I'm going to create a new appointment with the following criteria. The subject is going to be change password. I'm not going to put a location. It's going to be an all-day event, and I'm going to show it as free because I can be scheduled for meetings these days. It's the days that I need to change my password. That's not an issue. It's going to give me a reminder half a day before that. Fine, but I'm going to go ahead and say an hour. It doesn't really matter. And then I'm going to go into recurring. I'm going to say daily, and I'm going to change that to every 83 days. How far do I want to go? Well, let's do it for the next 5 years. So I'll change this to 12/30/2020. I'm just checking to see if everything is shipshape. Every 83 days. And I'll click OK. And then I'll save and close. Alright, so you can see that I've done the change password for today, but when else does that occur? Not September, not October, yeah, there it is. On November 18th, I see a change password appointment. If I'm using a mobile device, I'll get a reminder that I need to change my password, and that's going to come from your own calendar, not from Microsoft Exchange. So it's just a tip, because when your password expires on a weekend or after hours, that can be really difficult. But now that you know how to change your password on your own using the web app, and you can create a reminder for yourself, hopefully these tools help you to never be locked out of your email again. Anyway, that's the training for today, and thanks for watching.